Hello and welcome to Maths with J. Here we want to write 8,400 as a product of prime factors. So let's start by writing down prime numbers. The first few primes are 2, 3, 5, 7, and 9 isn't prime because 3 3s are 9. So the next one is 11, and then we've got 13. So that should be enough for this example. So what we're aiming to do is to write 8,400 as a product of some of these numbers. So that means we're looking to write it as 2 times 3 times and so on, but we may find that there's more than one 2, more than one 3, and so on. But we can start off by just writing 8,400 as a product of two numbers. And you can start off with just any two numbers, so one of them doesn't have to be prime. So the easiest thing to do here is to say, well, 8,400 is obviously 100 times 84. So we can show this in this kind of diagram. And then we can keep going, splitting each number into two numbers. So we're going to have a look at 100 and write that as something times something. So we could maybe use 10 times 10. That's one possibility. So 100 is 10 times 10. And then similarly, looking at 84, one possibility is 12 times 7. And this time we've actually hit upon one of our prime numbers. So that means that can't be broken down any further. 7 can only be written as 1 times 7. There are no other factors of 7 other than 1 and 7. So let's put a circle around the 7 to indicate that we've got one of our prime numbers and that isn't going to break down any further. So going back to 10, well, 10 can be written as 2 times 5, and both of those numbers are prime, so let's put circles around those. And the same sort of thing for the other 10. And then 12. Well, one way of factorising 12 would be to say that it's 3 times 4. 3 is prime, so let's circle that. And 4, well, that can be written as 2 times 2, and 2 is prime. So now we've done all of the hard work, and all we need to do now is write down the answer. So 8,400 is equal to the product of all the circled numbers. So however you factorised 8,400, you might have started off by saying it was 2 times 4,200. However you started off, you would have ended up with the same answer. So let's write down the answer in an organised kind of way. So we'll start with all the 2's first of all. So 8,400 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So that's all the 2's dealt with. Then there's just one 3, so times 3. 2 5, so that's times 5 times 5. And finally times 7. So that's a bit long-winded. Instead of writing out all those 2's and both of the 5's like that, we could just use index notation. So we can simply write 8,400 is 2 to the power of 4 times 3 times 5 squared times 7. And you could key that into a calculator to check it. Or you may like to have a go at using a calculator to work out the answer in the first place. So what we need to do is key in the number 8,400. And we need to input the number. So we're going to press the equals key. And the key that will do the factorising for us has got the word or part of the word Factorise on it. It's got the word fact on it in yellow. So we use the Shift key and then the fact button. And then we get the same answer that we got before.